Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, and welcome to the stream. Thank you guys very much for being here. The next level, Tawan, Karen, Lael, Mendy, Amy, welcome, and thank you. Let's see. Let's do that. There we go. Alright, so today we are playing a little bit of Season of Discovery. I have been playing a paladin in the recorded series and having a good time, but the one thing I don't have is money. So today, we're going to do some skinning, because I noticed that on the auction house on this server, a stack of light leather goes for like 5 or 6 gold. Sometimes up to 8 gold. So that's kind of the plan for today. We have no money right now. As soon as we have money, we will talk to the rune broker. Maybe we'll just wait a few levels. Maybe we'll just wait till like level 4. By then we should have enough to get all of our runes. I could actually shoot this guy with my bow for the time being, until we become a true melee hunter. Dizzlin, Dustin, good afternoon to you both. It's been a long time since I've done the Night Elf starting area. This frame is a little bit too big. Let's do a smaller frame size. That's pretty good. So I'm wondering if I can do like a no pet melee build. That's what I would like to do. I would like to not have a pet, and I would like to do a melee build. I just don't know if both of those things are possible at the same time, or if the lone wolf is more meant for a ranged character. Supposedly right now in SOD, Melee Hunter is one of the highest performing DPS. which is interesting. Let's go turn this in. Mainly, we want to get out of the starting zone, the starting area, as soon as we can, so we can get skinning and start leveling up skinning and start making some money. So I'm going to try to be like relatively efficient in getting us out of here. Let's go sell a couple things so we can get our runes. We have to grab our runes, we'll take a look at our runes and try to figure out what we want to do for like an initial build. And then I have to find my trainer. I don't actually know where my trainer's at. We're probably not going to have enough money to train anything yet anyway. Money is definitely the biggest problem in Season of Discovery. For somebody starting out. It's potentially the only problem, really. Besides kind of like getting all your runes handed to you and having to read them and figure out what they do. The money is a real problem. Or like the lack thereof. This music is really good, but it's like, it's blowing out my eardrums. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit for myself, and I'll turn it up a little bit for you guys to counterbalance it. Okay, there we go. Now I can hear myself think. That's better. All right, let's see. We have a silver, so let's go ahead and pick up our runes. And we'll learn them all, and then we'll kind of take a look at what they do. We'll slop the ones that we can. This is by far the best change to Season of Discovery, being able to get all of your new abilities right at level 1 and start playing with those cool builds you're imagining right away. That was one of the biggest bummers initially about Season of Discovery for me, was, oh, our inventory's full. Nice. One of the biggest bummers is thinking like, oh man, I want to try out a melee hunter, or I want to try out a demonology tank, or I want to try out a rogue tank, and then finding out like you can't do any of that stuff until you're like level 20, level 25, until you've obtained specific runes and gotten certain abilities. And now you can start playing with those like very unique specs right away. You know, you can become a melee hunter right away. Like there's things that you can do a lot sooner than you could do them on the original release, or prior to when they were just giving you the runes. The only problem with that is that, like, if you're like not familiar with a class at all, then it's going to be like a little bit of reading, a little bit of learning to pick up on like how the runes synergize, which ones you should use. But it's not too bad. This class, I'm not familiar with hunters at all in SOD, so we're going to try to craft a melee hunter just by picking the things we think make sense for that build. I'm not going to follow a guide or anything like that. We'll just try to pick what makes sense and do what we can. Now, we're probably not going to be like meleeing stuff right away. We have a dagger, and that's all we have. So let's see, let's just make something, let's make a build that's something that makes sense here. Let's see, marksman increases crit strike chance, reduce mana cost of all shots. Lone wolf, 30% increased damage with all attacks while you do not have a pet. This is great because we don't have a pet yet. Like, we don't even have a pet. So I think definitely until we get a pet, we slot this. Like, we're just going to deal 30% more damage. Like, right away, level 3. I think we slot that. I think that's a kind of a no-brainer. And then we have a couple other things we can do. Legs, kill shot. Attempt to finish off a wounded target. So this is an execute phase. Serpent spread. Targets hit by multi-shot are affected by serpent sting. That's AoE. Flanking strike. You and your pet deal simultaneous damage. So this would be another melee ability. Maybe I'll grab this melee ability. Now, we don't have a pet, but we can still do the attack. And then we have feet. Wyvern strike. Replaces wyvern sting. Okay, so we don't have that yet. That's not going to help us. And what about hands? Here we go. Explosive shot. That's kind of like got some splash damage on it. And then carve is going to be a melee. That's an AoE melee. This affects mongoose bite, which we don't have yet. We'll probably be doing a mix of ranged attacks and melee for now. This is an AoE, but I don't think. Let's grab explosive shot. And just, we'll play with that for a bit. And then feet, like we can target this, but this isn't going to do anything for us right now. It's not even a valid item. Okay, well, let's go with this. Let's find our class trainer and see if we can at least pick up level 2 abilities. That's right, I didn't get the rest of them. Thank you. Yeah, I'm used to having bigger bags, obviously. We have a couple of different rune vendors. I don't know where the hunter trainer is here. Are we up top? We're probably like way up top, aren't we? General supplies. Priest trainer. Oh god, are we at the top of the tree? Did I pick like the most annoying race? Like I like the idea of night elves, but as far as like traversal and stuff in the starting area, I feel like it's all a lot more annoying than the other areas. Yeah, let's grab the rest of the runes. We gotta run all the way to the top of the tree. I don't dig it. I might even leave the night elf areas and go to Dunmore or something. Okay, so the cool thing is you can't buy these twice. Once you've learned them, it removes them from the vendor. So I think maybe we can get the rest of them. It's a lot. This was easier for me on the Pally because I was familiar with the Pally. Oh, inventory. You know what? I keep looking at these slots down here, not realizing that's my quiver. That's the problem. You didn't know you can get them all at the beginning? Yeah, this is a recent change. I don't know when they changed this. It wasn't always like this. It's better in some ways, but obviously it just like it leaves you with a bunch of learning you have to do right away. I think I'm just gonna keep the buttons that we've already picked, and we'll take a look at the rest of this stuff later on. Teaches you Heart of the Lion, Aspect of the Viper. Having these early is probably going to be really helpful. Imagine having to do quests and stuff in the world to find this many runes. It would take you like 20 hours just to go get all your runes. The XP boost right now is at 150%, which feels pretty good. It feels pretty good. Let's see. We still have more. Okay. Alright. That's it. That's the rest of them. You know what I've been enjoying most about SOD is like I started up the Cataclysm Warlock, and I really like learning like the different classes in different eras of the game. That's really fun. And I like the leveling pace of Cataclysm, but what I don't really care for is like I don't like most of the Cata zones. I don't like a lot of the revamped zones. There's a handful of them that I can tolerate, but I don't really enjoy them the way I enjoy classic era zones. So like SOD now kind of feels like, with all the there's all the class changes, so it feels like a different era of the game. The leveling speed is faster, which feels like a different era, but I still get to play in the classic zones with the classic looks. And so that's what I've been enjoying most. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave everything alone. I don't have belts. We've got what we want on chest. I don't have a helmet. But we got a couple of like flat out abilities. It said we learned like Heart of the Lion. This is an instant cast. What does this do? Increases total stats by 10%, attack power by 40. Oh, that's like a straight out buff that just stays on us. Okay. Aspect of the Viper. Causing your ranged and melee auto attacks to regenerate mana, but reducing your total damage done by 10%. I mean, I don't really like that unless we need it. I don't know if I want my total damage reduced unless we like are absolutely having mana problems. Then maybe we can pop that on. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. We still haven't made it to our trainer. Your main complaint about Kata is the zones. Yeah, mine too. Like, it sucks. But when I'm leveling a character in Kata, especially when I like the class, I keep having the thought like, man, I wish I could just level this character in the classic zones. Like, that's what I keep thinking on the Warlock. Every time I play the Blood Elf Warlock, I'm like, this is great. I'm having fun pushing these buttons. I like this class. I really wish I could level this character in the classic era zones. Because I just don't really like the Kata remakes. Some of them are okay. It's like the ones that they change the least are the ones that are the best. Places like Fairless are pretty good. There's like a handful of them that they just took a light touch to, and like those ones are okay. But yeah, I just don't like the questing. I don't like the zones in Kata, and I don't like the questing flow. But having the boost in Classic Era, like having this 150%, it kind of makes it feel like Kata leveling in Classic Era. Which is awesome. Let's see, Track Beast. I'm not even going to learn this. It's a waste of my money right now. I'm not going to learn a lot of the tracking stuff. That's going to annoy some people, but trust me, we're going to need the money. Money it's very hard to come by, and we're going to level fast enough and have enough abilities to learn that we're going to be perpetually broke. That's like part of this character's existence is to farm leather so I can sell leather so I can have money. That's like why this character kind of exists. Like I'm going to have fun experimenting with the melee hunter build too, but we need the money. It's like right now the biggest problem in SOD. And I probably should have started in a zone that I was more familiar with. Like I could have done a dwarf hunter, probably would have been better. So I'm not super familiar with the Teldrassil questing. Let's go this way. Probably need to rearrange my action bar here a little bit. I just kind of reflexively ran in and attacked that guy, which I guess is fine. A belt, we can do that. If we put that belt on, can I do a waste? Yes, I can. Expose weakness. Your melee and range criticals increase your attack power by 40% of your current agility for 7 seconds. Steady shot. How about melee specialist? Your Raptor Strike is now instant. Wait, was Raptor Strike not instant? Did Raptor Strike wait to go off on your next melee swing? Is that how it worked? Like Heroic Strike? Let's go ahead and use this. Because the alternative is Steady Shot, and I don't think I want to do a lot of shooting. I think I kind of want to do a little bit of shooting. But mostly I want to do slicing, poking, and stabbing. That's mainly what I want to do. Like we can start off with like an explosive shot. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Maybe I should have taken Carve though, because then we can go in like just full melee. Maybe I should grab Carve instead of explosive shot. Maybe I really don't need to do a lot of ranged shots at all. Because I could see us getting into some AoE type of situations. This was... what was this? This was the hands. Let's do Carve. We don't have Mongoose Bite yet. When we get Mongoose Bite, maybe we do Cobra Slayer. Does SOD have better textures? No. SOD is in the classic era clients. Everything looks the exact same. Some of the spell effects might look better because some of the spell effects I think they had to either make or grab from other versions of the game. But as far as like the world and the characters, it's the same. Yeah, I think Carve was a pretty good pickup. Not bad. See, this is what I like about having all of your abilities right away. Right away at level 4, if I started this character wanting to play a melee hunter, I can do that right now. Whereas back in like phase 3, phase 4, if you wanted to play a melee hunter, I think you had to get to like level 20 or something like that to get the rune. I mean, unless you just wanted to have a high level character run you through whatever was necessary to get the rune, you had to be at a certain level. So you couldn't jump right into that class fantasy right away, and that was really bothersome. This makes it so much more interesting to try out a spec that you're interested in, because you can try it out right away. Oh, with Raptor Strike being instant, I can spam that. I can just spam it. Like, essentially. I have to wait for the GCD, but... Nice. Alright, what else are we supposed to be doing? We need Night Sabers and Thistle Borers. Oh, wait. Why is it that sometimes it has a cooldown and sometimes it doesn't? What happened there? Sometimes it has a cooldown, sometimes it doesn't have a cooldown. No cooldown. Okay, I can hit it twice, and then I get a cooldown? So yes, I guess maybe I can tap this twice. Like, I tap it once, it has GCD. I tap it again, it gets a 6-second cooldown. Maybe there's something about that spell or that interaction that I'm not understanding. Maybe it will become clear to me over time exactly what's happening with that. Now it had a cooldown. Maybe it's something to do... Yeah, I don't know. What can we put on our back? Hit and run. 30% movement speed for 15 seconds after using Raptor Strike. Your pet's... Oh, we don't have a pet right now. So we wouldn't even get the second part of this. Improve volley, I don't care about. Resourcefulness. I guess I'll do hit and run for the run speed, but we're not really benefiting a lot from it. Without having a pet. Well, the run speed is nice, I guess. Assuming we have anywhere to run to. Yeah, it's a Night Elf Hunter.
I am honored. Till next we meet.
I feel like we get another quest for spiders. Like, maybe I shouldn't focus on the spiders right now? Or maybe I should focus on them because maybe we get a follow-up. I don't know. This is what I probably should have done a dwarf because I would have been more familiar with the questing and how to make it a little bit more efficient. They should have a rune that takes away the Hunter Dead Zone. That would be a cool rune to have. Something to let you fire point blank.
What brings you here? Del Madras.
We need to vendor. I'm trying to hold off on visiting our trainer. Because I don't want to keep running to the top of the tree every 5 minutes.
What brings you here?
I probably should have checked some of that gear. We have equivalent hands equipped already. I'm not going to need any of these other resources. And I probably need to get some more ammo. Like, actually, you're a bowyer. Let's just grab some more ammo. It's relatively cheap, so we might as well fill up on it. If I don't fill up on it, I'm gonna be out in the field, you know, far away from town, and we're gonna be out, so. Sod is trash, but to each their own, I guess. That's the great thing about being a human living in this world. Is that we all get to have different opinions and different likes and dislikes. And we're also allowed to change. That's the absolutely fucking miraculous thing about being a person. Is that you're even allowed to have a contrary opinion, and then you're allowed to change your opinion. It's pretty marvelous.
Hi. What is nature's call?
What do we want? We want the legs. And now we gotta go in, we gotta make sure that we get our flanking strike back up. Here we go. Alex Bluestar, thank you so much for the membership. I really appreciate that. Thanks for that, and thanks for hanging out with us today. Okay, now we're looking for hyacinth mushrooms. Okay, did we get any kind of quest to go back to the spider cave? I remember having to go grab an egg. We needed like an egg out of the back of the spider cave. But I seem to only need venom sacs right now. Maybe the egg is a follow-up. Maybe we gotta do the venom sacs first. Alright, these are the mushrooms. They blend in really well. That's what they look like. I feel like there's a small lake or like a body of water where we could find most of these. That's what I remember at least. We also, oh maybe that's the moon petal lilies. Yeah, we need a few different things. Part of me is tempted to not do the rest of these quests. Like, we're level 6. Part of me is tempted to simply leave this area. Because I really, really want to get into some skinning, and I can't learn skinning until we get out of here. And in fact, we can't skin any of the enemies here anyway. Oh yeah, here are the lilies. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do these quests here with the spiders, and then I think we are gonna move on. What I would really like to do is I'd like to get over to Dunmorrow. And I'd like to quest over there. There's the Yeti Cave, and the Yeti Cave is an amazing place to farm leather early on. Because typically everybody's killing the Yetis, but only some people are skinning them. So that's what I really want to do. I wanna get this character kind of out of here. And we're already level 6, so we'll finish up a few things here, and then we're gonna do a bit of traveling. I'm really digging the run speed boost. Oh, this is a dead end. I didn't think I'd like it at first, but I actually like it. Poke Arvane, I am doing well. Thanks for being here, thanks for asking. Alright, let's start making our way back out, I suppose. That's making our way back in. Out is this way. Yeah, and we keep the, when we're fighting stuff, we keep the speed boost so much that by the time we're done fighting stuff and the speed boost is gone, we feel really slow. I guess if we're traveling and stuff is low level, we can just fight stuff for the speed boost. Ah, that's right, we need more mushrooms. I guess the Grells are also dropping mushrooms occasionally. So we could just kill them. We need one more venom. I was hoping to get on the outside of the cave. I have to remember, I do have the ability to shoot my bow if I want to hit something far away and get a tag off on it. We are still very competent at ranged attacks. Inventory's full. Okay, perfect, perfect. Let's get the rest of the mushrooms we need, then we'll head back. Okay, what can we equip? We probably have to learn, like, everything. We can equip daggers right now, and that's it. So, I don't even know what melee weapons hunters can train in. I know we can do staffs. I know we can do polearms. I know we can do one-handed swords, one-handed axes. We can do two-handed swords, also. Is there anything that I'm gonna want to train in Darnassus? Are there any weapons that I'm gonna need to train in Darnassus? Like, do I have to learn staffs here? Because if I have to learn staffs here, then we need to save up 9 silver before I can leave. So I don't want to not get the weapons and then have to come back later to get the weapon skills. Staves are in Darnassus. Okay. So, like, all of my money right now has to be saved to buy that weapon skill, and we'll just have to sort out other things later. Like, we'll have to worry about abilities and stuff later on, once we're, like, making some money. Because, yeah, like, I want to be able to get... I want to be able to get the weapon skill we need and not have to come back for a while. I need my waist, melee specialist. Boots. We don't have real boots yet, I guess.
May the stars guide you.
Wayne, thank you so much for the membership. I really appreciate you being here today.
Ishnu Allah. Good luck.
Bring Iberon his antidote. No.
Goddess watch.
I will not be saving him today. I think we are going to skedaddle. Take ourselves on out of here. We have five silvers. Yeah, we're gonna hang out and we're gonna do some questing out in the main area until we have the 9 or 10 silvers we need to train staves. Then we are gonna get out of here. And then we're gonna head to Dunmorrow.
What brings you here?
And then we're only gonna need like 10 copper for skinning, but we're gonna need like 80 copper for a skinning knife. So we have to have that too. So we need like 10 or 11 silver. Now I could send now, to be fair, I could send the money over from my other character. Is mail instant in Season of Discovery? Like between my own characters, can I get my mail instantly? Because that's going to change what I do. If we can get mail instantly, I'm just going to take us to Darnassus. I'm going to send like 20 silver over, and we're going to be good. But that's only going to work if it's instant. Mail is instant. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to ignore the rest of the stuff here. And we are going to head directly to Darnassus. We're going to get some money. We're going to train staffs. I think I have a few 6-slot bags in the bank on my paladin. I'm going to send those 6-slot bags over. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So we'll have a little bit of storage space. And we will have a little bit of coin. Yeah, here we go. Let's do it here, just to make sure we can get it done. I don't really know how much money I have on my paladin, and I don't want to send over too much, because the point of this character is to start making some money to help support the paladin, because our paladin is broke, and a broke paladin is not good. Paladins are supposed to have wealth. Paladins are supposed to have like gold for the best items that gold can buy. So we need to get rich quick. We have I only have 43 silvers to my name. Oh my god. Oh god. Whew, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. That was like a hit right to the gut. I only have 40 silvers. This is why we're doing this. Because I just need to make a little bit of money. I feel like I could have a lot of fun. Oh, look out for, and also look how freaking packed Stormwind is. Somebody left me a nice YouTube comment, which I always appreciate, letting me know that this was a dead server. They were just letting me know that Wild Growth EU is dead. So yeah, I appreciate comments like that, especially when they're so easy to disprove. Okay. I want to check one thing first. I want to see if the price of light leather on the auction house is still relatively high. Yeah, it's still high. So if we're, ooh, there's like, the problem is there's like not a lot. There's just not a lot of light leather on the auction house. So like, I think like this is where we can make a little bit of easy money, is if we can get some light leather. I bet medium leather doesn't go for as much. Oh no, I mean it does. It goes for quite a bit. Again, like there's just not a lot of people selling low-level mats. Mr. Candy, you think you mailed my Paley some gold? That'd be awesome, man. I hope you didn't like send gold to somebody who wasn't me on accident. That'd be a huge bummer. But I guess depending on when it was, I mean, if this is you, you did. So I really appreciate that. That's incredibly kind of you. That's gonna help immensely. And then Asahi has sent us some stuff as well. 14 slot bags. Damn, that is incredibly generous too. Oh, and yeah, that's incredible. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna equip the 14 slot bags here. And a kill maim axe. Very cool. Now I did get this axe right here out of dead mines. But this one has more DPS. I'm gonna hang on to that because potentially we'll be using that. Okay, so what I'll do is I will equip these bags. So we gotta move these around a little bit. And then we can send the 10 slot bags to the hunter. That's what we'll do. And we'll send a little bit of money. I'm going to send a gold. I feel like, you know, now we're basically rich. The hunter only needs 3 bags because we can only equip the 3 bags. And I think that should give us a pretty decent start. Yeah, and that's incredibly generous. I really appreciate the gold and the bags. Alright, back to the hunter we go. And yeah, obviously the mail was instant, so... there we go! It's a beautiful thing. Alright, let's drop off the delivery. We can visit our class trainer now. And we could probably afford to learn some of our abilities. If we're careful. That's a pet trainer. That's not what we need. Here we go. Here is the hunter trainer. What do we got? We got Aspect of the Monkey. Robert, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. That is very generous of you. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the 5 new people. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out with us today. Welcome back, man. It's very awesome. Do I need Aspect of the Monkey? Increases dodge. Serpent Sting, Arcane Shot, Hunter's Mark, Track Beast. I guess we'll grab it now that we're not completely broke. As far as, like, do I need any of these abilities? I don't know. Like, we could do Aspect of the Monkey. Like, having the 8% dodge is definitely, like, not a bad thing, right? Serpent Sting we're not really using. Hunter's Mark is only increasing ranged attack power, so we really don't have to worry about Hunter's Mark right now. And besides that, I think we are good. Let's turn in the Dalinar delivery just to get that one turned in, and then we're going to keep going to the city. We're going to learn staves, and then we're going to get out of here. Alright. Yeah, let's just go. We can learn cooking and like everything else we need to do once we're properly set up in the Dwarven lands. Yeah, we're on the EU. We're on EU wild growth for this one. Yeah, when I fired up Sod, I decided to go on EU because I didn't know what the populations were going to be like respectively, but I knew on the EU I'd be playing during prime time. So I figured like jumping into an unknown situation, it'd probably be best to like play during prime time, and that way I can get groups and stuff. And so far it's been working out okay. I was able to get a Dead Mines group on my Pally, so that was promising. Is it busy in NA? I think they're both listed as medium populations, which is a lot of people still. When it says medium, that's not really a low number anymore. I thought about going on the PvP realm, but I just couldn't bring myself to go through that again. I couldn't bring myself to try a PvP realm in SOD again. I still have like terrible PTSD from trying to get to the Black Fathom Deeps raid and having to contend with all the horde. You think the Wild Growth server right now is busier than the Anniversary realms? That'd be something. Why would that be? Did a new, like, I don't follow SOD, so like my decision to jump back into SOD, like from my perspective, was kind of arbitrary. And I did it mainly because I was enjoying the class, like learning a new class in Cataclysm. I was enjoying the leveling speed of Cataclysm, but I was not liking the Cataclysm zones, and that's what compelled me to get back into SOD. But Is there like anything that had did the new phase come out recently in SOD, and maybe that's why people are like coming back or it's popping off? Because I didn't follow SOD at all. I know we've had multiple new phases, and I know we're in phase 7, right? But I haven't been keeping up on releases. Wakes up screaming dust to dust. Exactly. And I did notice, like, recently they said that they don't, you know, I guess we thought, like, SOD was going to end, and then SOD didn't end, and then they announced another phase, and everyone thought that phase was going to be the end, and now I guess that's not the end either. It seems like SOD is something they're going to keep trying to support in some way or another. And I guess that's one of the biggest questions that surrounds SOD, is like, how long will SOD exist? Where does SOD go, if anywhere, from here? And all of those are kind of like unknowns. Do the quest inside this one right here. The Scourge of Darnassus. Yeah, we can do this one. We just gotta go outside, investigate the circle, and get some Scourge stones. Right on. Did I get all my runes? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what we got. We got a little melee build going on already. Is the discovery, is this buff forever? Yeah, yeah, this buff is, the 150% XP has been in the game since phase 3? Was it phase 3 or phase 4? This just kind of became like static. Ooh, Booty Bay has level 1 rings for 1 gold each. I mean, I'll need more gold, but yeah. That's good to know because rings on the auction house are incredibly effing expensive. Rings on the auction house are like, the cheapest one you're gonna find is like 10 gold. Oh, these guys are orange. These guys are a little tough. Don't die! It's the hardest fight that we've had. It's like a boss fight. I should probably open up on these guys from ranged. Because that guy kind of smacked me around a bit. Dave, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for being here, hanging out with us. Mark of the Wild and Thorns. I dig it. I don't have any useful buffs to give in return, but, you know. Yeah, starting from range on these guys is the way to go. I'm trying to be consistently streaming on the weekends. I don't think I'll ever go back to doing it daily, like every day, like I was. But so far I've been able to be consistent about hanging out on the weekends. You went engineering? Yeah, that'd be good for like a character. I need this character to make me money though. This character has to be our Skinner because I need to make money on this server. I don't know if I'm and I don't know if I'm gonna pair anything with skinning. We could check herb prices. Maybe I can do herbalism and skinning. But I don't know because I'm not gonna do leatherworking because I want to sell all of the leather on the auction house. Like that's the goal. The goal is skin stuff, sell all the leather on the auction house, have money to do anything. I feel like maybe mining. You know what though? I looked at the prices for ore because my pally's a miner. Ore doesn't sell for a lot. Or doesn't sell anywhere near for as much as like the leather sells for, so maybe we'll check the herbs. And I feel like herbing would probably be easier for me to keep leveled up, whereas like doing mining on 2 different characters, I probably can't keep that up. So I'm doing mining on the Pally. Weapon Master, let's grab staves. And that's all we need, or we don't need thrown, or yeah, do we need thrown weapons? We don't need thrown weapons. We don't really need fist weapons. I'm gonna leave that on the table for now. Do I want to buy like a staff or something? Maybe. What do you have? You have nothing that we need. Small quiver, the small quiver, I have a light quiver that does the same thing. Okay. Let's, here, what we'll do real fast, let's check some prices for like the lower level herbs. They probably don't sell for that much, but let's go check before we decide what professions we're gonna grab. Because I'm fine just doing skinning. Like, if nothing else is gonna make us money, then I don't need to have another profession. I am more than okay just being a skinner and having that be what the character does. So I don't know if anything else is going to sell. But we'll check Peace Bloom, we'll check Silverleaf, we'll check a couple of herbs. Yeah, see, this is not going to make us any money for our efforts. Yeah, no, see, that's not going to work. Yeah, no, we're just going to do skinning. We're just going to do skinning. It seems like that's going to be the most lucrative thing. Seems like that's the most lucrative. Yeah, I mean, I could have used the auction house in Darnassus, true. True. I knew I was right there on the Paladin, though. But still. But I was right there, literally right there. Yeah, I mean, no one comes to this channel to watch efficient gameplay, though. And if you are looking for efficient gameplay, this is not the place. Let's fix this little weird situation we have going on. Why is my quiver up front? And how would one change that? I used to be able just to simply drag. But it doesn't seem like I can do that anymore. Having the quiver up front is really annoying to me. And a minute ago the quiver was back here. Somehow I effed up, and now I'm not able to switch them, which is incredibly strange. Yeah, I don't... Something weird's going on with Bagnon. What is happening here? Maybe it's a Bagnon setting. If it's a Bagnon setting, it's a setting that wasn't happening a minute ago. I can just get rid of the quiver, which, yeah, here we go. I guess I'll just do that. Okay. We don't need to see the quiver. I need to see my actual backpack slots, though. There we go. Yeah, something very weird has happened, but I'm just gonna ignore it for now. It's fine like it is, I guess. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Now it's working as expected, whereas it wasn't letting me do that before. That's what I was trying to do. Now it's all fine. We probably just... Oh, the boat is just coming in. Okay, if we're spry, we can get to this boat. If we get stuck on this wall like an idiot, then no, we probably won't, but... Maybe because I was in flight. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I guess. Sure. Yeah, I guess I've never tried to move my bags around in flight before. Maybe it is like a restriction of being in flight. That would make sense, since it fixed itself as soon as we landed, so... Yeah. It was probably because we were in flight. Yeah, you wouldn't want to drop your bags into the ocean. Right, exactly. It makes perfect sense. And the good news is we made the boat. It is unsettling that none of the boats are manned by anybody, yeah. In later versions, I think they put, like, people at the helm and stuff, but it's unsettling. Let's make sure that we grab the flight point here. And then let's see how many times we die on the wetlands run. My guess is we'll die at least twice, possibly as many as 3 times. Do the stuck character trick. I've never been able to get it to work. I remember one time on stream trying to do some kind of trick by like the mountains, and yeah, and like I remember having to like argue with people because they kept trying to tell me what to do, and I was doing exactly what they said to do, and it wasn't working. And it was like, okay, like you're telling me to do this, I'm doing exactly what you say, this thing is not happening. Yeah, I tried it once. I'm not good at like cheesing stuff. I when it comes to cheese, I always fail. Is this hardcore? No, this is sod. It's not even sodcore, it's just normal sod. If this was hardcore, there would be no way I'd be doing the wetlands run unassisted at level 7. It would be impossible. Alright, let's see how far we get before Crocolus takes us out of this world. Shay, thank you for the enthusiasm. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you being here today. Hey, we lived longer than 6 seconds. We might live for multiple minutes. Ooh, what level are you? You're level 26, but you seem to be AFK. That's not gonna help us very much. I was kind of hoping we would end up just behind a higher level character. Like somebody else also making the run. But we did not get that lucky. Here we go. It's our first encounter. Okay. Like, maybe we're okay. This is a skull level enemy at this point. But for some reason they've ignored us. If we make it to near the graveyard, that would be great. Like, here's the graveyard. We have to get, like, past the midway point. Otherwise, we're gonna spawn over here. So the goal is to get about right here before we die. And if we can do that, it's gonna be a much easier time. How did we not aggro that guy? I didn't see him. We got so close that his health bar popped up. Maybe he was facing the wrong way. I feel like we should have aggroed that guy. Maybe this run is much safer than I have thought it is. Like, there's a couple of parts where you have to kind of go around enemies. No! Oh, I jinxed it! Robert says, maybe this run is... maybe this run is safer than I thought it was. Gets murdered. Could the timing on that have been any better? Where are we at? Oh, thank God. Okay. We're okay. It was scripted, right? It felt scripted. And the universe just likes to make an ass out of me. Yeah. The universe just really likes to get my goat. It paid Crocolisk. Yeah. He wasn't even a real Crocolisk, it was an actor. It was a paid actor. Yeah, I never would have done it on hardcore. No. Alright, so... Okay. Let's wait till this guy's like right nearby. And go. Okay, I think maybe somebody killed the one that got us, or maybe, well, no, maybe that's probably him back there. That must be him. I didn't see him. Alright, so it's plenty dangerous. It turns out that the wetlands run is actually plenty dangerous, okay. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get the Loch Modan flight point, yep. Mm-hmm. Does the speed boost proc if I kill critters? I think I just have to do Raptor Strike. I don't even think they have to die. Yeah, I think it's any time I press Raptor Strike. So yeah, technically I could swing it at a critter. If I came, I mean, there's one over here. We can go test it. It's a frog. I feel kind of bad about killing a frog, but I'll get over it. For science, I'll kill a frog. Yeah, we can. It definitely works on critters. If we came across critters in our pathway, that'd be ideal. Going survival tree for talent spec seems really good here. I've heard that survival was really good for sod, so we'll definitely be looking at survival talents when we open them up. Alright, the spoders might be a problem too. I think there's some spoders pretty close to the road. Yeah, there's one right there. Let's... Okay, we're stuck between a croc and a spoder. I don't know. Let's just cross our fingers. It looks good. The only other scary part's going to be coming out of the tunnel. There's going to be orc archers. Unless someone has cleared them. But it looks like we're getting out of the wetlands alive. Yeah, the orcs might be a problem. Amy, thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. No LBUI. Yeah, I tried LBUI once back in like Shadowlands era. Hated it. It was cool if you're like doing competitive mythic or raiding, sure. I don't like it. I don't like anything that changes my UI too much. Try to keep it as vanilla as we can. Alright, sometimes there's an orc right up here. I don't see him today. And then on the other side of the tunnel there are going to be orcs maybe on either side of us. Oh, here he is, here he is. Okay, he is going to be content to ignore us. Yeah, here we go. These are the archers I was actually worried about. We're probably gonna die here. Unless we range him. Which it doesn't seem like we're going to do. Okay, maybe we line of sighted him. We had 5 HP left. It looks like we're gonna survive though. Yeah, 5 HP is about as close as you can get without being dead. It's kind of cool doing the Night Elf start because then you have some flight points that you're going to need later anyway. Having the Menethil Harbor flight point, like, from early on is going to be really good. I don't think we can pick up any of the quests yet. We're only level 7, so... I don't think we'd be able to pick that one up until we're like level 10, 11, 12. Yeah, at least it didn't ping it on the map that there was a quest. So I'm assuming most of these we can't do yet. Let's see. A level 11 is available down here. It looks like a level 11 quest is as high as we can pick up right now. We'll be back here. We're gonna do Dunmorrow into Loch Modan. On the Human Paladin, I did Elwyn Forest, and I'm going right through Westfall. So on this character, we'll do Dunmorrow, Loch Modan instead. Although we might still end up doing some stuff in Westfall just because we're going to have to be over that way to do Dead Mines. So, we'll see.
Talk to me. Watch your back.
That's a nice way to level up. Level 8, just walking into a new area. Yeah, the melee hunter's already been fun so far. That's the great thing about being able to get all of your runes right away, is you can build your character how you want them, essentially from the beginning. And so yeah, instead of having to wait to get your full toolkit for a build around like level 20 or 30, you can get your full toolkit right away. As a walking sim level up, exactly. If it was a walking sim, we'd have to do it like this. One day we'll do a first-person hardcore playthrough. See how long that lasts. Yeah, I don't know why we lost that. Maybe we lost it in flight? It's harder to lie in it, yeah. Increases hunter stats by 10%. And attack power by 40. It doesn't have a timer. So maybe being in flight removes it. Not sure. Ah, the croc killed us. Yeah, thank you. Yep. We died. Yeah, we died. Big true. That'll do it. So you guys are super smart. I just forget unwelcome things immediately. Died, forget it. Just forget it. It never happened. Hardcore first person might be a first. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would be a first. If it is a first, it's because no one else is stupid enough to try it. But I think it'd be interesting to try. Do we need to stop at Ironforge? Yes, because there's not going to be a skinning trainer anywhere in Karnos. So we do need to stop in Ironforge. We probably could have stopped in Darnassus and picked up skinning. That would have been the smart thing to do. But we'll go to Ironforge, and I guess that way we'll also have the flight point. Waylaid supplies hand-stitched leather belts. I think I'm just gonna vendor all of the Waylaid supplies. Like, stuff on the auction house is too expensive to be spending money at a low level trying to fill the supplies. So it feels like it's better just to sell them for the 1 silver. What's the map add-on? I use Leatrix maps. So if the map looks different, it's because of Leatrix maps. So are the necropolises just like a permanent fixture of Sod now? They just are gonna hang out outside the capital cities forever? Or does this event eventually go away? At least it doesn't change the skybox or make anything too obtrusive happen. Oh, there's this quest again, investigate the Scourge. Where would this happen at? We could probably do this one.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, they're nearby. We'll do that on the way out. For now, let's go grab skinning. What about a knife? Leatherworking supplies. There we go. Okay, we are all set. Yeah, see, I have no idea about any of the endgame stuff going on in Sod. I don't know how they handle their raids, I don't know how they handle their currencies, I don't know how they handle the gear. I'm hoping maybe it'll be stuff I get to figure out. But, as typical with me, I'm not going to worry too much about any of it yet. But I would like to dabble eventually. The next phase's raid is an outdoor raid. That's an interesting concept. It kind of like sounds like a world boss to me more than anything else. Outdoor raid, like uninstanced, just means it's a world boss. I think like part of what makes a raid is that you're in an instance with a group. Any weapon skills we want in Ironforge? Ooh, yes, yes, probably. Yeah, I think we do. Oh man, we almost died there, and I have some food. I have no food. Okay. We have no food. Good, good, good. Very good. Yeah, we probably want, I guess we can grab one-handed axes and maybe we can equip two-handed axes? I actually don't know if hunters can use two-handed axes or not. I know we can use two-handed swords, which I'll train in Stormwind. You know what? I don't have Aspect of the Monkey up. Aspect of the Monkey could help us avoid some damage. So we should definitely have that up. Yeah, we'll grab the rest of the weapon skills here whenever we decide to go to Stormwind. Because we'll have to take the tram. Is there not a way up over here? That's... I'm gonna have to go, like, all the way around. Ugh. Oh god, I have to go all the way back into Ironforge to turn this one in? Why is it that the guy... Okay, here he is. Oh, thank god. I thought this was marking my turn in. Questie is very confused.
For the Alliance.
Okay, that's better. Let's head right down to Keranos. We need to get started, and I need to start skinning stuff, like, basically right away. Yeah, I guess the only thing that I'll have to figure out when I hit level 60 in Sod is how do I gear a character up to do whatever the current content is. Like, that's the grind that I'll have to figure out. How do I take my fresh level 60 in Season of Discovery and gear them up to any kind of respectable level to get into a group to do anything at all? Like, I don't even know where to start, so... Thankfully, I have, you know, probably like a week or two before I have to worry about it. But that's always the trick. When you're jumping into a version of WoW that you're not super familiar with, especially one like Season of Discovery that's had so much content added and added and added to it that is not really evergreen content, it's always a challenge to figure out, okay, what do I do to become relevantly geared to get into some actual, like, group content at Endgame. Leveling up in Sod means spamming incursions. Leveling dungeons almost don't exist. I mean, that's an opinion. That's a way you can level up. I'm not going to level up any of my characters by spamming incursions. I'm just going to quest. Because I enjoy questing, and questing is going to get me to level cap. As for leveling dungeons, I was able to get into Dead Mines just fine the other day on my pally. It took like 10 minutes to get a group, but I just sat in queue as a DPS, and eventually somebody whispered me and invited me to a Dead Mines. So... you know, while it might not be the optimal thing to do, people are still doing it. And for myself, I don't plan to do a single Nightmare incursion. I will definitely level up my character how I want to. And more people should do that instead of feeling compelled to level it up how the game wants them to. Did I not click on this guy? No, I didn't.
My, you're a tall one.
See, I don't even know what reels are. You say hit 60, get reels. Get reels. It sounds like you're just telling me to get real. Hit 60, get reels. Once you get reels, you'll be a real player in real content.
What's on your mind?
And then after you get reels, you have to get good. G-U-D. So the trick is to get reels and then get good.
Aye, see,
Right,
see.
and then you do raids. Alright, let's set our Hearthstone here. That'd be a great idea. Yeah, the problem is they can't end SOD. Like, that's once you get to a certain point and people have invested a certain amount of time into their characters, like, you get into this thing where, like, you were supposed to have a seasonal model, but then, like, it doesn't really work for World of Warcraft. Because people spend a lot of time on their characters and on their accounts. And so you can't be like, oh yeah, it's ending now. We'll have a new season for you in 2 years. Thanks for playing, everybody. Like, you can't do that. So they didn't. They're just like, yeah, we'll keep adding stuff forever.
What can I do?
Becomes a permanent game mode they have to maintain, which is fine. Like, I don't mind it being a permanent game mode, but I worry about that making it so we don't get future seasons that do different things. Like, if this becomes a permanent game mode, then yeah, like, you're not going to see other, like, highly experimental seasons happen. Because they can't maintain all of them, you know what I mean? They can't maintain all of them. Like, I don't know if I'll cook and stuff on this character or not. You know, I'm probably going to focus cooking on the Paladin. I'm also doing fishing on the Paladin. And I don't think I need 2 cooks, and I don't think I need 2 fishermen. So there's that. I don't know what a reels are currency. Okay, I'm like, you guys can keep saying reels, but
Off with you.
that's the name of the currency. The name of the currency is REALS. Am I just fucking stupid? Or are they stupid for naming a currency that? Or is that not the name of the currency? Reels. That's probably like the dumbest thing I can think to name a currency. What are reels currency? Reels are real currency. Don't get confused. Reels are a real currency. They're not made up apparently, and apparently they're called reels. What the hell is a reel? R-E-A-L. I know that a reel is R-E-E-L. So if you had a reel of something, that would be spelled with 2 E's. If something actually exists, that's real. That would be spelled with an E-A. So what the fuck is a reel spelled with an E-A in the sense of a currency? What does that mean? It ties into the undermine stuff from retail. What the fuck? Why? Why does the stuff in SOD for their endgame currency tie into the stuff from retail? And let me tell you this. Reels, using the word reels as a currency is stupid in classic and it's stupid in retail. It's a dumb name. It's an abbreviation. Real, meaning it's like counterfeit money, but essentially they're just badges of justice. So it's a stupid goblin. It's a goblin humor joke. It's supposed to be a goblin humor joke that nobody wants.
Well,
I get it now.
keep your feet on the ground.
I guess all you had to say was goblin currency. And then obviously it's going to be something absolutely stupid. You should have led with goblin currency. It's so dumb. One of the most disappointing things in World of Warcraft with the changes over the years was just how poorly treated the goblins have become. And how they're just a marginalized joke race And it's like the jokes aren't even funny. Like none of it's funny, none of it's clever, and I feel like they could have taken goblins a little bit more seriously and made them a little bit more gritty. They could have made the goblins a little bit more real. Just R-E-A-L with no caps. They could have made them more real and more gritty, and then goblins could have been a great race. But they did not go that route. Don't you love an entire patch designed around goblins and goblin lore? No. There's really nothing else they could have done better to, like, keep me away from ever wanting to come back to retail than making a whole patch around goblins and around their home city and their lore. Like, that was the, like, easiest thing to decide, like, okay, no way I'm reinstalling to check that out. Because I really don't like how they've handled goblins in any part. In Classic Era, they handled them best. In Classic Era, goblins were goblins. They had some goblin humor. They even had a little bit of satire. But that was like as close as they got to being treated respectfully as like a race that made sense in the world. And now they're just like a joke. We should probably head over to the Yeti Cave. A lot of times people kill all the Yeti and they're just laying there for us to skin. And skinning is basically like our number one thing we have to do is skin. And then we have to get all the leather up on the auction house, and I have to start making money on this server. The new zone is well done, you just don't like goblins. Yeah, I mean, something can be really well done, but if you hate the theme of it, if you're just not interested in the theme, then it's gonna bounce off of you. Like, no doubt, like, their artists always knock it out of the park, and that's really it. The artist and the music are always good, and then the story is always bad, and then the characters are always mediocre. So, like, I know what to expect, but I'm just not interested in goblins, and so having a whole patch themed around goblins, I feel like that's gonna be a big hit or a big miss for most people. It's either a person's either gonna like it or they're gonna hate it. It feels like it's not something that leaves a lot of middle ground. It's something you're either gonna enjoy that aesthetic or you're gonna bounce off it completely. It doesn't seem to be designed for like everybody to enjoy. And the fact that they think it is content designed for everybody to enjoy just kind of shows that they're not really in touch. Because goblins are very specific, and goblin stuff is very specific. And has always had a very specific feel to it, and you either like that feel or you don't. It was a whole patch about goblins, yet there were no horde characters in sight. Makes sense. There's no factions anymore, so why would there be? Why would they care about faction representation in a game that basically has no faction delineation? Do I see myself sticking with SOD? I mean, as much as I see myself sticking with anything. I'd like to have a version of WoW where I can get into the endgame a little bit, yeah. That's kind of like the problem. I'd like to have a version of WoW where I enjoy leveling the character and I can do some endgame stuff. And right now, there's not really any options. Like, I'm not going to do endgame in Cataclysm. I'm not going to do a lot of endgame in vanilla. Like, in vanilla, I'll probably run some, like... I'll run some 5-man stuff in vanilla at 60, you know, and get some gear, but I don't think I'm going to do any of, like, the raids in vanilla era. So I've been waiting for either TBC, to do endgame TBC, which I really enjoy endgame in TBC, and I've been waiting for Mist of Pandaria. But those are both really far away. Like, Mist of Pandaria is not going to be out till, like, the end of August. And I would like something to play in the meantime where I can have, like, characters that I level, but also do some endgame content. So right now, like, SOD is a possibility for that. It really depends on how things feel once we get to 60. Like, is it going to be a situation where I can find some pugs? Or is it going to be a situation where only, like, highly organized guilds can succeed? That's what we're going to find out. Can I pug some stuff, or is it a situation where only highly organized guilds are going to be able to do endgame content in SOD? I don't know. Yeah, I quit day 1 of phase 3. A lot of the problems I have been resolved or have like changed enough that I can ignore them. Our skinning is just very pathetic right now. Nax on normal is easier than Dead Mines. Sod Phase 7 is basically fully puggable, no guilds needed. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, as long as there's something like relatively easy that I can step into at max level, then I can do endgame. As long as I can get like a toe in the door. And it's kind of like, one of the reasons why I like TBC so much is that TBC has linear progression of your character, and you're never really in doubt of like what you have to do to get ready for raid. Like, to get ready for raid in TBC, you get your dungeon set. You hit max level, you grind the shit out of your heroic dungeons, and you get your dungeon set. And then once you have your dungeon set, you just try to make sure every other slot is filled with a good blue. And if you've got your dungeon set, and you've got good blues, you can get into raiding in TBC. And you can go raid Kara. And so to me, that's always been like the best version of endgame. There's not a bunch of stupid currencies. There's not a bunch of like preamble to being able to raid. The objectives are obvious and clear. Hit max level, grind heroics, get the best gear you can, go into a raid. Like, it's very simple. Sod is probably not going to be that simple. No other version of the game has been that simple. But maybe we'll be able to figure out Sod just to have an avenue to like do some endgame stuff. Because it's like I said, the alternative is that I'm waiting for Mista Pandaria or I'm waiting for TBC, and that's a long time off. It is difficult to find guilds. Yeah, it's like there are forums. You know, there used to be forums back in the day where guild recruiters would post, and then a lot of times they want you to fill out an application and then you have an interview. Like, that's how we did it back in the day. We had an online, like, little application they filled out, then we'd pull them into event and, like, talk to them for a bit. Make sure they were, like, a decent human being. Like, I don't even know if I want to do all that. I like to pug stuff. I like to pug stuff because I don't really want to go through all that. I don't want to fill out a guild application. I don't want to get interviewed. I don't want to have to explain, like, who I am or what I do. So I'd rather just be able to pug stuff. If you want to pug a lot, Sod endgame is good for that. Good, that is exactly what I want. I wouldn't mind being in a guild, but I would much rather just be able to pug. I would much rather just be able to jump into a pug, have a good time, maybe get a little bit of loot, and then go on my way. Pug life is the way, yeah. I kind of feel like for me, maybe it is. It's hard for me to commit to like structured raiding, where, you know, I have to like raid from 7 to 10 Tuesday and Thursday. Like, I used to do that. I used to have raid nights where that was what we did. We raided. And if the problem is also, like, if I'm gonna raid consistently with a group of people, I have to find the right people. Like, I'm not gonna want to spend that time like consistently week after week with just like a bunch of randoms. If I'm gonna play with random people, I would rather just pug. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm structured in other parts of my life, and that's why when it comes to this, I don't want more structure. Like, I have the structure I need in the parts of my life that need structure. When it comes to playing WoW, I just like to be on and say, oh, you know what, I'd like to do a raid. Let's look for a pug. Steven, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. And on my paladin, like, I'm willing to heal. So like my paladin will probably be a DPS for one spec and then a healer for their off spec. I don't really want to heal. I would rather just DPS because it's just like so much less stress. But I'll probably have a healing build. I will definitely skin your Yeti. What are we at? We're at 35. We can go fight. We got the boar ribs we need. Ammo for rumble shot. Stalking jet stream we're done with. Momentally, hello from Michigan. Thanks for hanging out with us. Alright, instant respawns. We'll take it. We'll take it. What role do I like to play the most? When I'm in group content, I just like the DPS these days. Like, I just like the DPS, especially when I'm making content or I'm streaming it. And I have possible, like, distractions, either by, like, talking to myself or talking to you guys. I am just in a mode where all I really want to do is DPS. I don't really want to have any responsibilities beyond that. I want to do the best possible job I can as a DPS of not taking damage and doing damage. And that's all. I mained a Holy Pally in raids for like a long time. And that was okay, but I'm kind of over that. That was okay when all I was doing was playing the game. And I wasn't worried about anything else. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should take leatherworking, mainly so we can convert leather scraps. Would it be worth it to take leatherworking to convert leather scraps? I think yes. Especially like early on. Like, that's not always going to be necessary, obviously. It's just for light leather. But since light leather is what we're planning to sell, I feel like grabbing leatherworking is probably going to be a good idea. So we'll hang on to all of our leather scraps. Ooh, look at this. Here we go. We'll hang on to all of our leather scraps and we'll just grab leatherworking to convert them. I don't know if we're going to level up the leatherworking though, because I'm going to sell. I'm planning to sell light leather. Like, as much light leather as we can sell, I'm going to sell it because I need money. I desperately need money. And light leather selling for like 5, 6, 8 gold a stack on this server, so... This guy is competing for these skins. Oh. This is Wild Growth EU. Wild Growth EU. Not to be confused with Wild Growth US, since they all have the same names. The tag macros? I don't have those macros on this account. I haven't made them yet. Since it's technically a different account, it like resets it. You don't have like all your macros and stuff. I had to remake my paladin macros for Judgment. I know lots of WoW lore, I'm just not good at pertinently like relating it to my current situation. Like, some people are really good about having lore in their head and then being able to like pull it forth when they're like in a zone or in a situation. Like, my brain doesn't work like that. I would probably make a very bad storyteller. Night Elf has some pretty good melee animations. That's been cool. Well, hello. I can tell we're not going to do a lot of AoE damage on this character. This character doesn't seem like they are going to like have a big AoE build. Seems like mostly single target stuff. Oh, we have Carve. It's just not. It doesn't do a lot of damage, you know. I feel like we would need one more AoE button to be dealing like decent AoE damage. I should probably start making my way out of here if I can. I think Explosive Trap... Oh, Explosive Trap. Yeah, maybe Explosive Trap. So we had Explosive Shot, but that shares a rune slot with Carve. Yeah, we don't have any traps yet. Yeah, Explosive Trap would be good. I have no idea when we get that. They do have the launcher in SOD. I like having the launcher. The launcher makes using traps more fun. Can you lay traps down in combat now? That's one of the problems, is like I don't think you can lay traps down in combat in Classic Era. Brilliant Small Fish. Okay. Maybe we'll fill that one, because maybe we can just fish those up ourselves. I clearly did not go the direction to get out of this cave. I have... In trying to get out, I have made my way all the way to the back of the cave, because I have excellent cave navigational skills. Don't get stuck in a cave with me. I will get us hopelessly lost, and we will never see daylight again. I can't even navigate this cave with a mini-map. Like, I guess I have to loop around to get out. A hearth out. I'm stuck in a cave. I got a hearth. It would be really embarrassing if I have the hearth out of here, but it could happen. You can lay traps in combat once you put on the trap launcher rune. Okay, that's awesome. Follow the snow. Okay, I see. No, we set the Hearthstone to Thunder Brew Distillery. So we could hearth out. Hearthing out is an option. I'm not gonna do it. We'll find our way out eventually. I think we're getting close. I was hoping to find piles of bodies back here, but this guy seems to be doing something very similar to what we're doing. And he has a pet. This seems like a better version of a rogue. I mean, that's fair. I like that you kind of have the option to start off at range and deal like significant damage at range before they get to melee, if you want to go that route. And then I like that you could also just run up to their face and start stabbing them. That's fun too. I don't even know if I want to have a pet or if I'm just going to stick with Lone Wolf. Yeah, I might just stick with Lone Wolf. I don't really want to have to deal with a pet. I don't really want to have to deal with pet training. I don't really want a pet, to be honest. So we might just do a melee build with Lone Wolf on. Not sure if that's gonna be like optimal, but that's probably what we're gonna do anyway. That being said, we need to get a better weapon. We can equip staffs. We can get a staff. We can go to Stormwind. We can learn two-handed swords. I'd love to be a melee hunter with either a staff or a two-handed sword. So I'm hoping there's some way that we don't have to dual wield. I'm hoping to do a build where we can have a two-handed weapon of some kind. Either a staff or a sword would like fit my fantasy perfectly.
I have the finest wires in the land. See you soon.
Alright, that's level 10. So let's have a look at the survival tree. Deflection? Monster slaying. Increase all damage against beast, giants, dragonkin. Okay. And then humanoid slaying. So I probably want both of these. I probably want both of those. Increase critical chance of Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite I want. And then maybe some points in deflection. Yeah, let's just start going. Let's start going between these two. Monster slaying and humanoid slaying. A polearm. A polearm would be really cool for a hunter. Yeah, definitely. That would be awesome. Yeah, staff, polearm, sword. Those would all be nice two-handed weapons. Assuming we can do a two-handed build and deal decent damage with it. Are there any melee hunters in lore? Rexar maybe? I think Rexar has his pet. And I think he uses melee weapons. I mean, hunters have always had the ability to use melee weapons. You know? Like, all the way back to Classic Era. Like, you can have a melee weapon and, like, you can use it. It was always there as, like, a backup for when the mob, like, closed distance. But to be, like, fully focused on melee? Rexar is, like, the only one I can think of that might fall in that category. He dual wields axes, yeah. And I've never seen him with a ranged weapon, so... Oh, we're capped out for skinning. Let's head back to Ironforge then, and let's train the next rank. It's not a big deal that we're capped out, because we're gonna be skinning plenty. But yeah, let's go turn some stuff in. We'll head to Ironforge, we'll train the next rank of skinning. We'll pick up leather working so that we can convert the leather scraps into light leather, and then we'll probably post some on the auction house. Because by then, like, maybe we'll have a couple of stacks. I'm kind of surprised that we don't have more, but I guess, like, the majority of what we're getting are scraps. We're not getting a lot of actual light leather at this point. Let's do the Rhapsody malts and get that turned in before I accidentally either sell or cook the boar ribs.
No! Keep your feet on the ground! Great to meet you. See you soon. Interested on a pint? Watch your back. No, be good. Safe travel.
So when I'm looking at the looking for group scroll, I see a lot of molten core coin run. What is a coin run? Is a coin a type of currency used to get gear? So people are they killing bosses for coins? Are coins like a random drop? What are these molten core coin runs? I've been trying to interpret like SOD Endgame from reading what is most prominently spammed in LFG. Oh, not the reels again. Shit. Let's see, so 1 reel is 20 coins. Now you take the 20 coins and what you have to do is you gotta turn them into a kerfluffle. And once you have 5 kerfluffles, then you can convert those to seals. And the thing about seals is that you then do a quest, and once you do the quest for the seal... Where's this go? Where's this going? Because I hope it's not going where I think it is. Yeah, so reels are the goblin currency. Are people just calling reels coins? So the coins people are talking about when they say coin run, they're talking about these reels. Reels are coins. Coins is a better name for a currency than reels. So I appreciate that even though the developers come up with stupid names for stuff, I really appreciate the community's tenacity when it comes to taking a stupid name and turning it into something that actually makes sense. So I'm glad we're calling them coins. That makes perfect sense. It's funny that we have to change the stupid names that they give things to make them make sense. That's always a sign of good design. When the player base has to call it something else, that's when you know you've nailed it. It gave you an aneurysm, yeah. Yeah. You know you've nailed it when the community has to immediately change the name of your new currency because of how dumb it is. You just hand them in for upgrades. That's it. It just keeps all the content relevant. So basically you just spam molten core for gear, for currency for gear. Okay, that sounds like something I could do. Anything else we want to do in Ironforge before we head out? Yes. So many things. I'm not even thinking properly. I wanted to pick up leatherworking, which I kind of assume is going to be near the same place that we were just at. Then we have to go to the auction house. You can do Molten Core, Blackwing Lair, and ZG endgame dungeons to get started. And people are still doing those, obviously, because I still see lots of groups going out. Leatherworking, journeyman leatherworker. Okay.
Can I help you?
You can help me.
Goodbye now.
So now we make all the light leather, and then we go to the auction house and we try to sell it. They ran out of ideas for naming things. Yeah, I mean, they never come up with any good ideas to name stuff. It's always more complicated than it has to be. Yeah, everyone's still running all of the older phase content because the coins keep it relevant. That's pretty smart. I like that. Which tells me that a lot of times in these pugs, like, people are going to have good gear already. A lot of them will, I guess. So that's probably what, you know, the older content's probably not going to be as challenging because of that. Because some people are going to have, like, good gear already. Even if they're still farming coins. You took all the AQ phase off when you came back. You thought if people could get past the phase 3 stigma, SOD is really the most accessible and fun version of Classic currently. Right on. Yeah, I mean, phase 3, like, phase 3 killed me day 1, night 1. You know, I already wasn't really having a great time at the end of phase 2, but that was, like, kind of my own problem. And then phase 3 killed it for me, and after phase 3, like, I never really wanted to come back. It took all this time for me to ever come back and try it out again. And it was not, like, back in phase 2 and 3, like, you could not call it accessible. It didn't feel, nothing really felt accessible. Yeah, I like all the changes they've made. I've been having a really great time leveling characters in SOD, so if the endgame is accessible, I would love to do some SOD endgame. You know, while we wait for Mist of Pandaria, while we wait for TBC. Alright, to the auction house. Let's see if we can... We don't quite have 2 stacks, but I'm gonna put up a stack right away. So let's check the current price for a stack and let's undercut. Oh no! Someone ruined the market. It was probably one of you guys. Somebody ruined the market. So like yesterday it was selling for like 8 gold a stack. This morning it was selling for like 5 gold a stack and then 3 gold a stack, and now here we are. Someone has busted the market. Whoever you are, I appreciate you. No offense. No offense. No offense. I get it. Yeah. Very clever. That's okay. We're gonna sell it for a gold 45. I didn't do a freaking buyout price because I'm like rattled. Damn, I just didn't act fast enough. I should have made this character 4 days ago when I saw light leather was selling for 8 fucking gold a stack, because I should have known that it couldn't stay at 8 gold a stack for long. Well, I should have done this days ago. I thought, I'll wait for stream, it'll be something fun we can do, and I waited too long. I waited too long. And it's still worth it, like it's still money, but it's not the amount of money that I need. Like, I don't need a couple of gold. Like, to play on SOD, this is the big downfall of SOD right now from my point of view. To play SOD, you need a shit ton of money. If you don't have a shit ton of money, you are going to have a rough time. That's my opinion of SOD the way it is right now. That's really the only, like, the biggest negative thing I can say about SOD right now, is if you're coming into this broke, you're not going to have a good time. They did not do enough to make sure that people even have enough money to pay for their abilities early on, because you simply level too fast. They needed to reduce the cost of abilities and also provide the 300% from quests. It was one of you guys. Yeah, you heard me talking about what I mean is exactly what I said. Somebody in the stream heard me talking about how well light leather was selling, and they went to the auction house and they put a bunch up for much cheaper than they had been. Because they had been 3 gold, before that they were 5 gold a stack, and before that they were 8 gold a stack, so... Weekend prices? I guess people always try to tell me there are weekend prices, but I don't know if I believe it. It seems made up. We're gonna keep grinding anyway. The Hunter's Path. Do I even want to get my pet? Not really. These quests are kind of a pain in the ass. I almost want to not get my pet. I'm not going to use my pet. I'm going to do Lone Wolf. We're Lone Wolfing it the entire way. That's it. We're Lone Wolfing it. I don't want a pet. And you can't make me. You can't make me use a pet, so there's that. What's in the sky? That's a Scourge Ziggurat. Or, I don't know if they're called Ziggurats. It's a necropolis of some kind, where the Scourge can spill forth and cause havoc. We're just neighbors now. We're just neighbors. They moved in recently. They're loud on the weekends. Other than that, they spew forth Scourge, which is inconvenient sometimes. I need a better weapon, like, basically immediately. Am I gonna have to buy, like, I don't even know if I can afford a better weapon on the auction house. That's the problem. Is stuff on the auction house is really expensive. But I really can't keep walking around with this this little dagger that I have. Yeah, it's just floating right outside Ironforge. They don't feel like they have to do anything about it. I'm not sure, like, what they could do about it. You'd think, like, we gotta have cannon, right? Like, there's gotta be cannon. We've gotta just line up a bunch of cannon and, like, blast the shit out of it. You'd think that would affect it in some way. I didn't see any shields or, like, barriers around it. I feel like it would be, like, in where it's positioned, it should be pretty easy to just blast it with cannon from the battlements and deal with it. Internal bag error. I love internal bag errors. Amy, that's awesome. That sounds really good. Ah, I want some. You made her make it right in front of you? It's a little bit intrusive, but I guess that means at least you know it's fresh. I don't really want to watch somebody handle my food. I like the idea of them making it fresh. I just don't want to see them do it. I want it to be done, like, away from me. Maybe I just turn my back when they touch it. All right, let's here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to find, like, a weapon. I don't think it's gonna work out, but we're gonna try to check the auction house so we can get, like, a staff. Like, any staff would be good. We're level 10. I don't know if we're gonna find a level 10 staff on the auction house. Seems very unlikely, but we're gonna check. Yeah. I don't know. I can't afford that. This is what I mean. It's like a level 8. Oh man, I guess I should be selling greens. I've vendored so many greens. I should probably be selling greens. Like, for instance, no items found. Ruined copper pants. I have a hard time believing that. Let's reset. No items found. Okay, that's, like, just hard to believe. Here, I'm just experimentally, I'm gonna put a crappy green up on the auction house for 1 gold. Like, maybe that's how I need to be making money too. Okay, yeah, no, I can't afford anything. Leveling your 100th hunter. Fascinating content. Feel free to not be here for it if you don't like it. You know, that's the great thing about being a human and having free will. So you don't have to engage with entertainment that you don't find entertaining. So there's that. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy anything, I guess. Let's log out. Back to the, maybe we'll get a quest item. Maybe we'll get a quest item soon. I don't know. Oh, we could probably train, though. We could probably train. I'm not going to do this quest. I don't want a pet, but we can probably train level 10.
Interest you on a pint?
Like, dude clearly has no idea what I'm doing, what version of the game I'm playing. You're 100th hunter. Also, I've played like fucking 5 hunters, maybe 4 hunters since Classic even came out. I hardly ever play hunters, and this is an entirely different version of the game. I feel like that warrants just, like, when someone is annoying and stupid and wrong, I feel like that's just an immediate ban from the channel. I have very little patience with what I call the trifecta, which is where you're wrong, you're fucking stupid, and you're wrong. Like, if you tick more than one box, then you're just gone. I don't have patience for it.
Off with you.
Let's see. Concussive shot. I mean, sure, like maybe situationally that could be good. I don't see us doing it. You know, we could Serpent Sting. We could get that dot ticking. Maybe that is valuable. Just to get that dot ticking before they're in range. Now, the Raptor Strike. Ooh. So Raptor Strike, we do have to pay attention to the ranks. I thought this would work like Heroic Strike, where it would upgrade itself. Because it's an ability and not a spell. But apparently we have to manually upgrade that one. And that's it. Perfect. How come I don't want a pet? I don't like pets. I don't like managing the pet. I don't like having to worry about the pet training. I don't want to worry about getting the different pet abilities, like making sure I have bite level 3, growl rank 5. Like, I like a melee hunter that is just like a solo dude, or Gale in this case, out in the wilderness with a bow and a melee weapon, and I just don't want a pet. I have pets in real life, and they annoy me enough in real life. The last thing I want to do is to go from my real life where I have pets that annoy me to go into a game where I have a pet. It's like, I'll pass. Yeah, with the lone wolf rune, why would anyone? Some people like pets, you know, some people, they just kind of like, that's their fantasy of a hunter, is like their fantasy is having a pet. My fantasy of a hunter is not having a pet. So I'm really happy to be able to play a version of the hunter where I can A, do melee, and B, I don't have to have a pet. This is like, it's amazing for me because it ticks both boxes. I can be melee and I don't have to have a pet. That's brilliant. Yeah, there you go. That's a good point. Imagine how expensive the pet training would be on top of your hunter skills. Right. I already can't afford, like, I was given some gold. Like, somebody gave me 5 gold, which was absolutely incredible. And that's the only reason I have money. If I didn't have that gold, we wouldn't even be learning the abilities we've already learned. Like, I wouldn't be able to train my abilities as it is right now. So I definitely wouldn't be able to afford to train my pet. It's just a huge money sink. Pet training is cheap. When you have 0 gold, though, nothing is cheap. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying, like, the fresh start on this server, not having any money coming into SOD makes it very, very hard. It makes it a really, really rough start. So, like, any expenditure beyond what is, like, on the Paladin, I couldn't even afford my abilities. I couldn't even afford my abilities. And so, yeah, like, once you have a handful of gold, you can get by. But really early on, starting with nothing, it's really hard. We're going down survival. We're gonna be a solo melee survival hunter.
Here there. Watch your back. Off with you. Okay, good.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, I took the goals down. I'm not worried about it. Like, trust me, having the goals up for the last 4 weeks that we've been doing weekend streams hasn't mattered. it hasn't mattered. Like when I'm doing streams, I'm here to have fun and do the stream. I'm not here for the metrics, because streaming on YouTube for my channel is not a way to have metrics go up. It's a way to ensure that metrics all go down. So when I'm here hanging out with you guys, it's just for fun, because every weekend those metrics take a hit, but you know, I come because I enjoy it. So I decided to take the goals down. It's kind of different when I'm streaming every day and that's all I'm doing, and like I'm relying on the streams to like keep the channel going. Then like it makes more sense to have the goals up and try to push them. But according to the numbers, like having them up on the weekends is just a waste of screen space, because they haven't been helping the channel. Having them up hasn't been helping. So I decided to spare you guys and just free the screen space back up today. I guess also, like, emotionally, it's better for me to not have a goal and not meet a goal than to have a goal like week after week after week and never get close to meeting it. That was like the selfish side of the choice. Was like, this way I don't have to care. I don't have to feel bad about the goals that are sitting there not being met. There is no goal. The goal is to just have a good time, just to be here and have a good time. And so like that just helps me feel like I'm not failing when I just don't have a goal. And Dragon's Bane, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that. That's incredibly kind. This bitching is not to like solicit from you guys, and you guys know that. I often just talk like freely about the channel, like how it does, how it doesn't do. And so when I talk about things like this, it's not like an appeal to your wallets. It's just me like honestly talking about like how the channel performs, and like there are reasons why I can't stream every day, you know? And the metrics like not being there is one of those reasons. I just appreciate you guys being here and hanging out. And so that's what the streams are about. Are you not entertained? You're entertained? Good, good. I'm glad. What made me take a look at Sod again? Playing Cataclysm. Playing the Warlock in Cataclysm made me come back to Sod to check it out. Because I was like, man, I like this leveling pace. Man, I like class changes and like seeing new class design, but I don't like the Cataclysm zones. I can get through them, you know. I can get through the Cata zones, but I don't enjoy questing in them. It's not really relaxing. It's not really cathartic. It's not super enjoyable. The flow of the quest is like, they're just not. They're not fun in the way that I find questing fun. And they're also not novel, like they're not new. I'm familiar with them. I've quested in most of them like a handful of times at least. And so I thought, you know, in Season of Discovery, I can get the class changes that I'm looking for. So I can learn new classes, I can learn new builds, I can level at that faster pace that kind of felt good. I can focus on professions, but I can be in the old world. I can level in the old areas that I actually enjoy. So that's what, that was the thought process that got me back to Sod. These guys might kill us. This is looking like a death sort of situation. This is looking like can I run away? Ooh, there's not really a lot of windows to run away. Maybe we can squeak through here. Yeah, this seems like this is squeakable. You know what we could do? We could turn around and we can kite this guy. We'll probably kill him that way. Maybe we'll kill him this way. I think we got him. perfect. I'm gonna need to get some food back in town. We're definitely gonna have to have a way to restore our HP. Did I take first aid? I did take first aid, actually. Let's just go ahead, we'll make some bandages. Okay, so yeah, first aid, we're probably gonna want to keep that leveled up. You haven't seen the stream since hardcore was still just an add-on? Yeah, that was back on Blood Cell Buccaneers was when I started streaming. And you're right, it was about 2 years ago. I think it was June. It might have been the end of May, the beginning of June that year that we started streaming. So this June it'll be 2 years since I started streaming on the channel. Mitosh100, thank you very much for the super chat. That is kind of you, and I appreciate you being here today. Decayed strength. Strength reduced by 2. When we're melee attacking, like, we don't need strength, do we? We're still looking for agility, right? Attack power, yeah, here we go. Attack power with both melee and ranged weapons. Okay, so we're not looking for strength still, even though we're doing mostly melee attacks. I'd like to get in range. Oh no, oh god! What have we done? I made a terrible mistake. This is definitely a runaway type of situation. We did hit level 11, so I can spend a talent point. We are going to put that talent point into humanoid slaying to get some extra damage going against humanoids, like the ones we're currently fighting. Mitosh, thanks for being here for so long, man. I appreciate that. It's been a while since that playthrough. Patrick, 21 months, man. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday to you. Thanks for being here, man. 21 months, that's almost 2 years. That's the entire time we've been streaming, I think. Not quite 2, yeah, about 21 months sounds right. Not quite 2 years, but close. That's awesome. Sometimes it's hard to believe that we stream for 2 years. It's really hard for me to believe the channel's been around for 6 years. Like, that I've been doing the channel for 6 years, like, just seems kind of crazy. It doesn't feel like it's been 6 years. That's the scary part. When you have a kid, time flies. Yeah, I think, like, well, as you get older, like, time just goes by faster. But yeah, having a kid, having someone who is like the focus of your life when you're not the focus of your life, that can make time go faster. Not being the center of your own universe will make time go faster. Because you just kind of lose track of yourself. Alright, this quest is done. Let's start killing some of the wildlife. We do have that big wildlife kill quest. Ice claw bears, elder crag boars, snow leopards. Realistically, we probably could have worked on that first. Did something happen to the hardcore character? Nope. Nope, we started with this today. Now, I started playing the Paladin in SOD, and I was having a lot of fun on it, but I was broke. So I kind of realized I needed to have a skinner. Skinning seems to be a way that we can make a little bit of money. And so here we are. Maybe one day we'll go back to the Druid, I don't know. I kind of want to find a version of WoW that I can do a little bit of endgame right now, and I feel like SOD is probably like a decent place to do a little bit of endgame. Just some endgame stuff while I'm waiting for Mist to come out, while I'm waiting for TBC. It would be nice to have a little bit of endgame. You know, for a while we enjoyed Mythic Plus in Dragonflight. I don't plan to play retail, so without planning to play retail, my options for endgame are limited. I don't have any interest in doing endgame in vanilla era, really. Besides doing like 5-man stuff at level 60, that'll be fine, but I don't have a big interest in pursuing endgame on the anniversary realms until the anniversary realms are in TBC era. So it's kind of a long wait. I remember saying back in the day when SOD first came out that the best time to enjoy SOD was probably going to be when most, if not all, of the content had already been added. When all the changes had already been made. I remember talking about that, like, really early in the first phase and even in the second phase, talking about how probably the best time to play SOD is going to be when it's mostly done. When all of the tweaks, changes, adjustments, when a lot of the new content is in, like... And this has definitely been a better experience than trying to play in other phases. For me, especially as someone who just simply did not like rune acquisition and thought rune acquisition was stupid, this has definitely been the most enjoyable like phase to start playing in. Phase 1 was fun because of novelty. That's the thing, is like, novelty can do a lot to add to enjoyment. But once the novelty wears off, it just is what it is. Like, from the moment go, I hated the way we had to acquire the runes. Like, there was no part of it that felt like discovery to me, there was no part of it that felt like a new adventure. It was just a time-consuming thing that you had to do to build the character that you wanted to build. So them giving them all to you on a vendor at level 1, much better design. That lets the fun start right away. That lets the novelty start right away as you start learning that new class. That new spec, that different build. But yeah, I had an okay time in Phase 1. But like I said, a lot of that was just because we were experiencing something new. Are we a hunter without a pet? Yeah, we have the lone wolf rune slotted into our chest piece, so we don't have a pet. I'm not gonna ever have a pet. I'm not even gonna do the quest to get my pet. True story. It's great for me because it takes a class that I would otherwise not have been playing right now, and it makes it into a class that I'm excited to learn. You know, that's what makes me happy, is like I can play my way, and it can actually be viable. That being said, we need better weapons. We need a better bow, and we need a better melee weapon. We just need all the weapons. This dagger is... It's not cutting it. 2.1 DPS is not going to cut it for very much longer. It is not going to cut it. We've got to get something better. I'm not fighting that guy. I don't need to. Do I accept help in the game? Yeah. I accept gifts. I never ask for stuff, but I accept things that people give me. That's the reason I have any gold at all, and it's the reason that I have bags. Is because I do I find that it's like it's rude to turn down gifts. So I don't bother trying. I just make it a rule never to ask for stuff. Because I don't need the help. But, you know, help is always nice to have.
What's on your mind? Off with you. Watch your back.
Is the quest coin reward noticeable? Not early on, it's not. So yeah, they buffed the gold from quest by 300%. But with the rate at which you level up, that doesn't even leave you with enough to train your abilities. It's very unnoticeable at low levels. Like, if you think about it, like, if a quest reward is 20 copper, 300% more is still just going to be 60 copper. It's still not a lot. As soon as your abilities start costing 5 silver, 10 silver, 20 silver, you can't keep up anymore. Unless you have a way to make money on the auction house or you have outside assistance. I think if every character started with like 3 or 5 gold, 3 or 5 gold would make it so that you can get into like probably the 20s, able to actually learn all of your abilities. You wouldn't have a lot of money left over besides that, but it would get you into the 20s. And by then the quest rewards might be enough that the 300% actually helps. That being said, it's a seller's market, so if you come into SOD and you do skinning and you are good at selling your greens on the auction house, you can make some money. Because there's a lot of money in the economy, so it is a seller's market if you want to put in the effort to sell things. This is the farming tune. Yeah, basically this is our skinner. This is our skinner. They're going to skin, we're going to sell skins on the auction house, we're going to sell greens, any greens we come across that we can't use. This is going to be the character that tries to make some money. So that I can better support the paladin and whatever other characters I want to play. I still didn't buy any food. Let's go ahead and get a bandage in. By level 40, the gold starts to add up. There you go. That's good to know. Yeah, I felt like it would eventually matter. It's just like when you need it most in the beginning, it doesn't help that much. Yeah, apparently if you make it into the 40s, you'll be rolling in gold. We will see. We need 2 more headhunters. We just haven't been coming across many headhunters. Kind of expected these guys to have respawned, which they have not. Oh, here we go. You're a hide skinner. You're also not what I need. Yeah, the leather was selling for a lot, and then somebody sunk the market today. When I checked it on the Paladin, it was selling for 8 gold for a stack of light leather. And then it was selling for 5. And then this morning it was selling for 3. And by the time I put my stacks up, somebody had busted the price down to $1.50 gold. So I put up a stack for $1.40. Like, maybe somebody mentioned these might be weekend prices, so I'm hoping that during the week the prices will go back up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold most of the skins that we skinned today. I'm going to hold them until the week, and then I'm going to see if during the week I can get a better price. And we will test this whole weekend prices theory. Seems made up to me, but I'm willing to see. I'd like to hold on to the skin and sell it for the 8 gold a stack that I saw earlier in the week. That would be amazing. But even if I can get 5 gold a stack, that'd be okay. Like 1.5 gold a stack, that's still a lot, you know. I'll take the 1.5 gold, but I know the server is capable of more than that. So we'll see how it shapes out. It is a pretty big price change. Yeah, I thought so. And I feel like somebody sunk the market intentionally. I feel like it seemed like they bought all the ones that were up there because they were up there for like 4 or 5 gold a stack. It seems like they bought all of those and then put it back up for cheaper almost. Which doesn't really make sense, but that's what it looked like. Generally, you don't see people undercut so much that it takes the price from 5 gold a stack down to $1.50 gold a stack. Like, nobody being sensible would undercut that much. Because you're just like, you're giving up potential profits. The only reason to undercut that much is to intentionally F up the market. So, there's my tinfoil hat. I feel like somebody intentionally sunk the leather market. I need one more headhunter. Here we go. I can get a main hand sword upgrade off a vendor in Lac Modan. I feel like at this point, any weapon off of any vendor would be better than what I have, you know? I'm kind of hoping that at level 12, maybe we can find something decent on the auction house now. Either a sword, maybe a two-handed sword would be ideal. I want to do a two-handed build. That's what I'd like to do. Let's head over this way. We can go up on the plateau and grab the shimmerweed. I think we'll head to Stormwind soon. I want to grab two-handed swords and polearms off the weapon master. And then we'll check the auction house again and see if we can get anything decent. Oh, look at that. At some point we found a small green bag. You always find bags when you don't need them. I'll put that one in the bank though. A spoon would be more damage? You're probably not wrong. A spoon in the right hands would deal more damage. I don't know if our hands are the right hands, but they could be. I'm not sure why he aggroed me, actually. Don't know why he aggroed me. Yeah, the nighttime music in Dunmorrow is really good. Yeah, there's some very specific music that plays in Dunmorrow, like during sunset and nighttime, that doesn't play any other time of day. And that's this music track that's playing right here. It's not even a full track, it's like a little refrain. Let's go back to Brunel Village, let's turn things in there, and then we're gonna hearth back to town. And I think we might, you know, we might head into... I gotta get a weapon, like, right away. I don't even want to fight anymore until I get a weapon. But right now, our options are incredibly limited. I might just check the vendors to see if there's anything we can do. Failing that, we can go to Stormwind, we can try to learn two-handed swords. Maybe there will be a two-handed sword we can equip. We didn't do that well at finding any staffs, but staffs are a little bit more rare, I feel like. We could pop over to the Paladin and see if there are any cheap two-hand swords on the auction house. And if we find something, then we can go do the traveling required to train. And if we don't find anything, then we don't have to do the travel. But yeah, we might just go to Stormwind. Go to Stormwind, and then we'll come back. We're going to do Loch Modan. We're going to do at least a little bit of Loch Modan. That's why I think it's probably better to head there early. Elite Yeti in Dunmorrow? Yeah, the Yeti quest.
You got my attention.
I don't know what that gives.
Be good. Off with you.
Green two-handed staff with agility by killing Hogger. Okay. Yeah. I feel like we need a better weapon to kill Hogger with. That's the biggest problem. We can kill Hogger, but I don't know if we can do it with our current weapon. Because our current weapon is literally like one of the first weapons that we got in the beginning, so like I don't know if that's gonna cut it. Oh shit, what's this? I got a two-handed practice sword. Oh damn, wait, what's happening? Who's open trade with me? Explain yourself. Ooh. Thank you. Knight Lieutenant Holy Tosh. I really appreciate this. That's incredibly kind of you. And 5 gold, are you sure? That's very kind. Very generous of you, and I really appreciate it. That's huge. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. That solves our problems. Like for now especially, like that's huge. That solves our problems. Boom. Now we don't have to rush off to do anything. You know, eventually we are going to go to Stormwind. We are going to learn two-handed swords and stuff. Like right now though, we don't have to rush off.
How are ya?
That's really important. So that was actually huge because now we can just kind of keep on keeping on. And I'd love just to head into Loch Modan and do a little bit there before we go to Westfall, because we will have to go to Westfall to get some of the stuff done for Dead Mines. Because passing up on the last quest of Dead Mines is too good of a reward to pass up on. Actually, I don't know if it's good for hunters though. Do hunters need anything off of the quest to kill Van Cleef? I know there's mail pants, there's a staff, and I don't know what the other item is. There is a leather chest, okay. So then we definitely want to have the last quest of Dead Mines. It's an agility chest, okay. So we need it. Oh yeah, that's right, it's that black agility chest that we'll wear that like forever. That'll be our look for like 20 levels.
See you soon. What can I do for you? Off with you. Safe travels.
What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground.
I don't think I'm going to do any more here, so I don't know if I'm going to take that follow-up, because I think I want to head to Loch Modan. I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to go there a little bit early. That way we can do some stuff in Loch Modan and we can still do some stuff in Westfall without out-leveling a bunch of quests. Oh, this guy's in the middle of roleplay. Okay, that's why we can't turn it in. We have to wait until he's done frying his chicken or discombobulating something. I don't remember what he does here. Oh no, it's a leopard gnome. Does he turn him into a chicken or something? Is that what happens? Boom. Yeah. Hey, I feel like being a chicken is probably better than being a leopard gnome.
Hi. How
So
are
in
ya?
one way, like I think that's a success.
You have a great day now.
It feels like a success to me.
so.
You don't have a thumb as a chicken? I mean, yeah, but you're not a leper anymore. It's probably preferable. I feel like the lepers are just violent, mindless gnomes whose like physical forms are slowly decaying. At least you could be a healthy chicken. Yeah, I mean, the chicken looked relatively healthy. And think of all the free eggs that you will provide to somebody else, because you will be a chicken. And so you will not be eating the eggs. But yes, you will be providing an important service. And one day you might be a dinner meal for an entire family of gnomes. So that's something to look forward to. Let's try to do this elite quest. Now that we have a couple of really good weapons, let's try to go do the elite quest over here. Yeah, that's a big difference in our damage output. And the great thing is it's a dagger, so we don't have to, we already have the skill that we need. Is the chicken ray permanent? I don't know. I've never hung out long enough to find out. I think for the sake of the story, it's permanent. I think in the game world, the guy obviously will turn back to a leper gnome so that the next person can come and they can turn the quest in. But I feel like story-wise, maybe it's permanent. At least that's how I imagine it to be.
How are you?
What's on your mind? Off with you.
There he is. Alright, he's level 11. Let's open up from range. Just deal as much range damage as we can. Oh my gosh, he has a lot of health. We might not be able to do this. Let's see how much we can dodge. Because he had a lot more HP than I thought he was going to have. It's going to be close. I think we can get him. Oh, whoa, hey, what happened? We got a stealth heal. I don't know who healed us. But I appreciate it. Wherever you're lurking, I appreciate the heal. That was like the stealthiest heal I've ever received. Who's responsible for this? Yeah, I still don't know where the heal came from. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Maybe you were, like, on the other side of a mountain. Healing right through the mountains. It was a pro heal. Lael, have a good rest of your day, man. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll see you then.
Welcome. Off with you.
Oh, leather. Yeah, we'll take the leather chest for now.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Very cool. All right, so yeah, let's just get out of here. We'll head into Loch Modan. We're not going to do the quarry stuff. We can skip. I feel like it's just better to get into some of the higher level quests. Unfortunately, now that we have this run speed thing, we're gonna have to kill some critters. It's sad. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, well. I have to kill them with Raptor Strike. And so they can give us... They can sacrifice themselves to give us a little bit of a speed boost. It's brutal, but we do what we have to do. I have to make sure that I hit them with Raptor Strike and not just stab them in the face.
How are you? Be good. Watch your back.
This is an interesting way to travel. Just killing critters whenever we can for a speed buff.
What's on your mind?
Safe travels. Be good. Safe travels. See you soon.
Alright, let's bind our Hearthstone.
What can I get for you today? See you soon.
There we go.
How are you?
Alright. Oh, guys, I've had an amazing time today. This has been a lot of fun. And we are going to be right back here on this character in Season of Discovery tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a later stream. My wife is going out of town on a business trip, and I'm going to hang out with her in the morning. So I'll probably be on sometime in the afternoon, maybe like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock my time. But I will be here. I will schedule the stream as soon as I know. And yeah, I'd love to see you guys then. Until then, take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we will see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.